going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Bama, welcome to the stream. Sentinel. How you doing this morning, brother? Hey, check this out. Probably have to reverse this back around, turn this up a little bit. Turn it up just a smidge. So I went to do our next episode in universe mode. That sucks. And when I did this, turn that way down in my own headset. Is that as loud? When I went and did this, I couldn't pull myself to do it. So now what I did yesterday was make WCW, Nitro, and SmackDown. Not only did I do that, I found out something yesterday and made one of possibly the coolest belts of all time. Using a technique that we're going to figure out today. Like I'm going to show you today. So if you're playing this game, look at this belt. How did we do that? Like it even says totes, like it is. Look at the inlay on the belt. So this is our new Women's World Championship belt. That's crazy. What I wonder, I have to go out and I have to find the things to make it happen, but I wonder if we could do a whole belt like that, you know what I mean? That's nuts. We built a new hardcore belt. What's going on, JP? Welcome to the stream, brother. This was our world championship, like our initial world championship belt. Made that into our television belt. We took that same technique with this belt. And you can kind of see it at the bottom and right at the top. That's the Totes McGoat symbol, just like I did with the world title, where it's inlaid into the gold. But it's behind it, so chin beard's at the bottom. It's in there. EA Sports, it's in the game. Of course we have, I haven't switched that up at all. Oh, here's the new tag team champions for the men. Well, it's not for the WCW brand, it's going to be for the WWE brand. With the new WWE tag team title belts. Yeah, so that's what happened yesterday. Yesterday and then the night before, I started making these belts. And I almost started streaming it, but I was like, nah, I'm just going to do it for a minute. But 1 minute turned into 2, turned into 3 now. This is another WWE Tag Team Championship belt. This one I'm not as impressed with. But for the women. And it's jacked up because I'm like, oh, it's too simple. It's messed up when you're like, oh, it's too simple. These 3 belts are like on the back burner right now. These are the new WWE World Championship belts. We still have the Universal Championship belts. This is going to become the WWC Light Heavyweight Championship belt. We already had that. It was one of the Triple Crown belts. This one, it was a Triple Crown Hardcore belt, will now go to the WWE. And then the TV titles both go to the WWE. So what we're going to do, this is the thing that prompts this. I'll wait to explain the whole thing. Like, until our very next show, we're going to explain the whole thing. Like, how this comes about. But here's the real motivation behind it. If you go back and you look at all of our past so far in season 5, and I'm thinking about just ending or season 4 and starting season 5 right now. If you go back and you look at it, we're doing 3 shows, right? 3 shows. And we can barely get to the pay-per-view events. And it's very brand specific. Whereas if we just did 2 shows, we could develop storylines quicker, faster, better, longer, stronger, right? So instead of having it branded, now we're going to go back to the more like the Attitude Era, where it was Raw and SmackDown versus WWC and Thunder. We're not going to televise the Raw and the SmackDown anymore. We're just going to do the WCW Nitro and the WCW Thunder shows. And then at pay-per-views, we'll also see additional wrestlers. Now, that's not to say that we'll have in the WCW, well, on both sides of the fence, it'll be a mixture of wrestlers. Just some, because they're on the WWE side, we'll only see them during pay-per-views. You know what I mean? So, but let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you, like, the new Thunder Arena. This is mind-boggling. How cool this arena is. Get a little twofer in here because I haven't got to see this belt in action either. Most of the time I test all that stuff, but I haven't got to test this one, so put it on Jace. I haven't seen Jace wrestle in a minute, so let's put the title on him. Also, we're gonna be doing some other things too, because we have to go out and find a couple people. So I'm gonna show you how that happens, especially when you're looking at into universe. I had a brain locked up on me there. I haven't seen Boom in a while either. Let's watch Boom. Yeah, so now, if you think about the progression, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, it was almost kamikaze that we watched. So I was like, oh, I haven't seen Boom. We've talked about like certain things, like we started out as TSW. We merged with WWE to expand the brand. We built our characters up even. Oh, that's sharp.
The following champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall.
Look at that belt.
From Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 267 pounds, the WCW Hardcore Champion, Jay Wagner.
That belt looks sharp. I meant to put it on the line and I didn't. And check out the arena too. The lighting.
And his opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 271 pounds, the Raw World Champion, Dangerous Boom.
Yeah, the colors and the lighting go very, very well together right now. What's funny, if you look at the crowd shirts, they're very WCW-esque. You can tell everybody's back in the house, so that's why we're having to be quiet right now. You know, it's crazy. We recreated Chase, and then we just haven't had a chance to really, like, see him, you know what I mean? Yeah, I went through the whole trouble of doing all of that and haven't even really used them a whole bunch. Well, what's funny, it's going to be like really the roster for WCW. You're going to be able to be on both programs. So if you look at almost all of our created wrestlers, they're all going to be on WCW plus the additional like NWO roster, plus there'll be a few from WWE. But if they were former WCW wrestlers, they'll be on there as well. At least to start off. Yeah, he's on the struggle bus right now, but that should tell you, like, Jace's character is much improved. Remember, Jace kind of was on that big losing streak. I think he'll be coming out of it now that he's hooked up with Father Time. Oh, that's the Jace of Spades. That would end my night. That has got to be the most devastating finisher in all of wrestling. What's crazy is Jace is not, I don't know how to set it up that way, but Jace is not really playing it up to the crowd a whole bunch. I was going to say, there is no way. Like the Jace of Spades and the beating on the outside of the ring. Crazy. See, part of the problem is if we kept it brand specific, because now technically we'd have 4 brands, Raw and SmackDown. You'd have Nitro and Thunder, right? But if you had that, you can only have 3 of those shows at a pay-per-view. Can't have all 4, so then that becomes a problem. That's why we're just going to have now the WWE, the WCW, and we'll still have NXT as a developmental brand. So there'll be times where we don't see wrestlers for a while. Now, of course, we're only going to see the WWE, but pay-per-views will come up quicker if we're doing it only 2 shows a week, you know what I mean? Before I couldn't, even though I could only probably max do 2 shows a week, the problem was there was 3 shows. So now it's taking longer and longer and longer. It's pushing the pay-per-views out and out. Right now, if you look at, which we have to go in here anyway, but if you come in here and you look at Universe, and we look at the calendar, we're going to have a Raw, Thunder, or a Nitro and a Thunder, a Nitro, a Thunder, and then we're into Survivor Series. NXT has their WarGames pay-per-view coming up, but we won't watch that. I don't think. So. Now that's part part of the problem here. Let's go into rivalries. We have to go into Raw. Really, we don't have that rivalry anymore either. Let's make sure. Yeah, that's fine. We have to go in here. Let's go into edit. I think a lot of those wrestlers need to learn how to leave the stairs alone. Like, they're so big and bulky to use, you know what I mean? It just takes too long to get them done. That's like they gotta improve the logic still with even the announcer table. You know, they'll go and they'll take the stuff, then they'll go to clear it off, and then they never use it. Like, there's got to be logic to, if they did that, that's their next step. You know what I mean? Like, that's their end goal of what they're trying to do, is at least get it back to that, unless they get knocked out of it, of course. But it always seems impossible to edit these guys. So you see, we went in, we took him out of universe mode. He's not assigned anything in universe mode. Then we go try to delete him. It says, no, sorry, the guy's involved in universe mode. And I'm like, oh, he is. He is. So here's the next thing you have to do. So we took them off the shows, right? But what we didn't do is take them and disband their team. So yeah, if they're in a tag team inside your universe mode, because tag teams don't work the same way, you have to go in there and take them out of that as well. So even normally, even though we've done that now, they should be out of all of that. Watch what happens. Delete. Oh, works. I typically delete this way. I'll show you another little trick for the images. it's not a trick, but I don't want, if you delete all the images, sometimes it works out worse for you. So that opens up 2 slots there, which we want to do. The other thing I'll do is I'll come in to deletion utility and I will delete custom superstar. You go into custom image. Sometimes I like, because these images will stack up on you hard. I want to keep that. That's weird that it says I didn't use that, because I'm almost positive I did. There'll just be things that you thought you were going to do or thought you were going to use, and then it turns out you're not using them. It's weird that it says I'm not using that, because there are certain images, but that almost means that they're like doubled up, you know what I mean? But see, that's a cool image, but look, it takes up 0.3 megabytes. Like that's a lot of space. So some of them, some I may keep because the size is small enough, you know, where I'm like, I'll keep that. And some of them I may delete because the size is too big, you know what I mean? I mean, that might be one of the deciding factors. If I've had it for a while, then I haven't used it. Prime time. You gotta love that. It's a pretty cool mask. So you can see there's some tattoos that I've downloaded that I haven't used, and I've got to believe that the reason I haven't used them is because of where they're located at. I don't know that I'll ever even end up making this Chaos character. But yeah, it's... This will also like help improve the performance of what you're doing. You can see a lot of these are, that is a big one to not have used it, and I've had it for a while. That's another one. I've just had it for a while and never used it. Already got that one mask. Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero thing, but never used it. That's a large file for That's funny because we don't need that one anymore. Almost done. When does the new season start though? Not the new whatever. When's the actual season start? That's what I need to know. Like, when's the new stuff coming that they're testing right now? If the face image is clean, that's Steve Borden. It's Billy Gunn. Or Sting. Steve Borden or Sting. And there's going to be a lot of... See, that was it. So then you go down, you hit accept. Then you let it delete all that stuff. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm waiting for. Like, time I want to jump back on, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna wait. I miss playing it, but like, there's no reason to jump on. Like, I'm not the guy that's gonna grind to level 20 expertise. Not gonna do it. Then because I'm not going to do it, it started playing the DZ. But then it started playing the DZ even if I did all this stuff. Even if I had all my gear up, you know, expertise level 20, because people are still cheating. That's where I'm like, don't want to do it. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Yeah, so if you're creating a lot, like on this game, if you're creating a lot of things and you're downloading a lot of images, and then you're just not using the images, or you're doing what we're about to do. We're about to go find 2 wrestlers that we need in our universe mode. Dang. That's pretty good. I think I'm level 10 or 11. 12. Something like that. 10, 11, 12. Somewhere in there. It's 11 or 12. Then since Shane's bike got sold, I haven't even seen her around. Haven't seen her on. Haven't seen her about. I'm looking. What am I missing? It's weird. For whatever reason, I can't get my Discord to open right now. Oh, it's probably because I have a Windows restart that needs to happen. That could be it. There you are, Peter. And then that's going to split the... WCW was the one that always had the U.S. title, and WWE was the one that always had the Intercontinental title belt. So those will be split back that way again. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get back to that format to where maybe we could start hitting pay-per-views quicker. And it would be nice to see, you know, the WWE wrestlers every so often, for sure. But we're gonna be able to sign them back and forth as well. Yeah, I do too. Rowdy, that's another. We haven't seen Rowdy around a whole lot. That is done. Let me show you how we did this. Let me show you how I've learned one of the coolest tricks ever in creating a wrestling belt. You go in here to front plate design. What I did is I went in here to images like I normally do. Rowdy said that he had a job change. I bet you it'll work with anything. Watch this. So let's say we're like, we're gonna create the 4 Horsemen title belt. We do that. We're like, oh, that looks cool, right? We can even emboss it, and we're like, oh, look at how embossed it is. That's cool. If we click on colorless, and now we engrave it, look at it now. That's crazy. Let's try something else. Look at the level of detail on this thing. So we go, we're like, you know what? What we need to do go into emboss, colorless. Okay, that one didn't work out as well. Yeah. Okay. This is cool. Let's figure out why that is. So I bet you most tattoos it's not going to work on, which is fine. See, it'd be the same. I bet you this one works. See, like you could make it crazy. But sometimes it's almost like if you were trying to texture a belt. Yeah, I didn't either until yesterday. If you were trying to texture a belt, you could take an image that's like this one. Do that, colorless, emboss. Then basically have it textured right. Then you could go in and build the belt how you want it to. So like, for instance, if you're doing like Big Goldie, that's the idea. Like you want to like, hey, I want to note to that. And what's funny about this is like you can go into this. Like you could make it silver. Go into the next thing. And then when they walk down, like it would, you would have that to where it would shine the right way. So if it was me, and I was doing this, let's try to make a belt. Now I found it's easiest to like this might be interesting. Like I wouldn't run it into I would do this, emboss, colorless. Get the second one. Oh, that's why I've got two of them. There's the image my thing is based off of. But for now, get it, because remember, we don't care what this part of it looks like. We're trying to and then maybe now you start building the belt, right? Let's say oh, the NWO, that is a big part of the storyline. Ooh, hold on. I didn't think about this. What if we did that? Oh, you can't. It won't let you do that. Okay. Sometimes you start off a certain way, right? And then you realize, you get this idea and you're like, we could do that. Now now this would be the best way to do this. Okay, watch this. Hold my bear and watch this. You could technically... I'm not going to get into that right now. Wait, where was the... So you could technically... Yeah. Yeah. No. Let's get back to that in a minute. For now. Okay. What if we did... Nope. What if we did this? did this. Okay. And we did this. Watch this. This is the other little trick that we haven't looked at quite yet. No way. I think what happened is we deleted a bunch of stuff. Should be right up here. Oh, it's not in the same spot. I bet you it's not even in the same spot. Hold on. Yep, totally different spot. So, a couple things that we will fix here in a second. Emboss, colorless. But you see right now, this is going over our other thing. All we have to do is take this, move that to there. And now, when you look, it doesn't go over our other pieces. It stays behind them. What is going on, Grady? Welcome to the stream. I'm teaching new belt techniques right now that I just learned yesterday. I mean, this is just like one thing that would take your belts to a new level. Okay. Sometimes you got to do the stuff with the strap too to make it pop, like to make it stand out, so you can see the next part of the design that you're wanting to do. There is. I was going to say, there's a piece. Sometimes let's see. We always like this one, but I wonder. Okay, hold on. Nope. Interesting. Nope. It's interesting though. I think it comes down to almost only one way we can do this. Yeah, I don't. It's either the white or the red. Like, I don't think there's any way around that. Okay, the other thing we have to do with this. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the way, Mandalorian. Bump steel. Man, you pop back in when the wrestling universe is fixing to get interesting. Very, very interesting. Of course, we're gonna have to add this little gem. It's always like Mission Impossible to get this thing to do it. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm going to call it that. Good. Like, I know it's off. It's on with the thing, but it's off with the belt. Oh, it's gonna. Okay, one more time. No. Okay, so now we take this. Now we do this. What is going on, Vanish? Welcome to the stream. Now, what we want here. What we want to do here. No circles. Make this a little bit. Made it smaller. Now I'm gonna make it bigger. That's solid. Okay, let's try this out. Then we'll see what this looks like. Before I forget, because I do this sometimes, there we go. This. Vanished new subscriber. Look at you, brother. Look at what you're doing right there. Love it. Sorry, I got in the zone. I was getting in the zone, auto zone. No, but I was at the zone trying to figure out how to do some of this. How to do some of this stuff. Guys, remember too, if you are new to the channel, go check out our, we have 4 seasons of Universe Mode. Continual storylines, pretty interesting stuff. We like it anyway. WCW totes women's tag titles, right? Women's tag team. There we go. So let's award this to somebody, and then let's check it out. Okay, roster, title management. Let's give it to Heather and Misty. Then let's see what the belt looks like. We'll check out a couple belts, to be fair. We'll check out our new Thunder Arena again. So bam. Let's put Ozzy with Jane. And then let's put Heather and carry the one Misty. There we go. Let's put the championship belt on the line. And there we go. Let's check it out. I just think it's a very interesting technique if you're trying to draw out like the look of your title belt. You know what I mean? So what are you up to today, Varnish? Boy, that is a tough name to say. Vanch. I'm gonna have to call you V. Well, it's easy to go and add back in too. But yeah, I'm with you. I wish I would have known. Skip Ozzy's entrance, but Jane has got the world belt, and both of these belts are the only two belts right now that we've used this technique on. So the WCW Women's World and the WCW Women's Tag Team belts. Look at that belt. That is just sharp, though. Now on this one, we wanted to use it to bring that part of it out. Like, we wanted to see the cut-in image. On the next one, we don't want to see it. We just wanted to use it for the lines that would make it more shiny. So yeah, two different ways to use that technique. And it's funny, the designs that you go through to get to where you're going, you know what I mean? Because I think the other couple belts were actually probably pretty well designed. But then you see this and you're like, no, we got to use that. Boy, that'd be a tough tag team right there. Then you have the... God, I like the way it looks. Those show really well. So what's funny about that, and two, if you guys do play WWE 2k23, you can always go into community creations. You can look for belts. I don't think I've uploaded arenas. Maybe I have, but look for belts, shows, images, wrestlers, using hashtag TOTES. TOTES. I like that. That's sharp.
Contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the WCW Women's World.
Look at the lighting on the stage up there.
Introducing the challengers. And their opponents, they are the WCW Women's World Tag Team Champions, the NWO.
Yeah, I really like these belts. What's kind of crazy is all 4 of these women are also world champions. Like, they've all won world championship gold in our universe mode. Yeah, but in our universe mode, it's unlike anything else that you've probably seen on YouTube. We turn off the commentators. Wrestlers are controlled by the computer. We make the title belts, the wrestlers, the arenas, the storylines, put all that together, make the cards, turn off the announcers. I do all the announcing. This is not my announcer voice. In the morning when it's earlier like this, we got to be quieter. Yeah, it's on another level. 4 seasons of it so far. Most seasons have about 23 episodes in them. Season 3 had more. Season 4 apparently is going to have less, because I think we're going to start Season 5 our very next episode. Because of the change. And it's such a big change. Yeah, we got to do it. Man, that's funny. It looked like Misty ducked the first one, missed the second one, though. It's like, look at this. It's funny, though, too, and I've thought about doing shows this way, except it wouldn't keep the history. But if you run it in, like, the play now, you end up seeing some different-ish animations, you know what I mean? The matches seem to go differently for some reason. It's nice to see that this last update didn't break tag teams. Because it's funny, it's like every so often they'll have an update that totally breaks tag teams. Like, they'll stop double teaming, they'll just stop doing a lot of things. If you guys notice, there's a lightning bolt on the floor. Like, right there. It's not across the whole thing. It starts in that upper right-hand corner of your screen. You can see it right there. But it's not everywhere. There it is, Red's Redemption, or what's known as the End of Days in WWE. Baron Corbin's finishing move, still never been kicked out of. Now in the game it gets kicked out of, but like in real life it's called a protected finishing move. It's the longest running one.
Here are your winners, WCW Women's World Tag Team Champions, the NWO.
Yeah, those belts are sharp. Una Sharpe, por favor. So, now that we've got new, let's go in here, edit Nitro. Put that on. Find me, bam, bam. So that's done. And I'll show you how we had to kind of do this too. Because I showed you on the last one. So when we come on here, we had to put the world champ, the US champ, tag team champs, the women's, for some reason, television title went there, women's tag team, and then women's US champion. But we have more belts than that. So what we had to do was go into Thunder then. You have to tie it back in, so the world champ gets tied back into here. The women's champ had to be tied back into here because what we want is Money in the Bank slots that are tied into those two belts. Plus we have the women's television championship and the men's hardcore championship. So, which leaves us room for one more championship slot if we wanted to. But I think it's kind of nice if we leave this open, we can make other belts like the survival belt or the this belt or the that belt, and we could put it in there and take it out, put it in, take it out, you know what I mean, as we wanted to use these different things. So we have that. We had to do the same thing on the Raw side. So Raw, obviously the flagship, so men's, intercontinental, tag team, women's, intercontinental, tag team, which will probably fix that belt too. I don't know. And then the men's TV. We back out of there. We have to go to SmackDown. We had to tie in the men's and women's. We had to add in that we added the men's hardcore and the women's TV. So, and then they've got an open slot too. Now we're not going to be watching the SmackDown and the Raw shows. Stampede then goes to another just smaller program. But Stampede is where we house our men's and women's championship tag team. These are all our universal titles. And then I debated this. I almost got rid of these two, but for now we'll keep them. But that means we can only have one Money in the Bank briefcase. So for now it's hooked to the men's. Later we can add in like a women's and hook that back into the women's. But for now it's only hooked into the men's. Is what it is. And then of course we have NXT as well. And NXT is where we had to house the European titles. And we're going to have to bring some women back into this program as well, which we're going to do. There's no way around it. And then we'll have And maybe we watch NXT like only their pay-per-views though. Maybe that's how, we find these up and coming wrestlers. But yeah, going through finding the women that are going to be on NXT versus the WWE versus, you know what I mean? That is going to be the thing. For now. That's obviously got to change. It's jacked up. I haven't been paying attention to the guys. All I have been doing is paying attention to the women wrestlers. So now we can go in. I don't know if like, okay. Then really, you would almost want Indy Hartwell holding the belt, I would think. Yeah. But then you'd have to go through and then undo some other things. Like on Raw, you'd have to come through participants. Add some people back in, take some people back out. See, Ivy Nile, don't know. She's not even in there. I see Evans would be out. So far, so good. But Stratton would be in. Joe is out. Leah's out. In. Yeah. So that's going to be the hard part. Actually getting in and going through and doing all and putting all the wrestlers back in where the wrestlers need to be at. You know what I mean? That's going to be the tough part, I think. So just have to be something that we keep an eye on when we do this. So, yeah. But yeah, it's always such a big change when you go and you're like, hey, we're going to change like the format of how we do this. These rosters will actually get bigger. I just haven't figured out because look, you got the NXT roster, so it's really 130, 140. Stampede roster's going to have to get a little bit smaller, but doesn't really matter. And here's what I mean too. Like you could almost instantly fix a championship. Like I keep saying that one with the women's, the WWE Raw Women's Tag Team. So we come in here and we look at it and we're like, oh, we got to fix this one. That's gonna have to change, right? So we look at the front plate. Almost a thing you could do instantly is come in here. Take this, put this on it, apply, you don't want that. Can almost go and you do that, emboss, colorless. Accept, move, and then add one more of these. So we have to do it in a different way this time. We just have to find the right one. Just have to find the right one. This might be interesting. Hold on. We can get this. Okay, let's do that. Embossed, colorless. Accept that. Okay. Now we take this, we move this to there, we move this to there, we move this to there. Like, you've already made it better. Now when they walk out, like, even though it looks roughly the same, it's got a lot more texture to it, you know what I mean? So there's like little things you could do. This I would make something completely different. But I mean, for now that looks better. So different things you could do, different ways you can go about doing it. Just stuff to keep an eye on. Now when it'd be better to purposefully make the belt and then purposefully make it in that way. You know what I mean? But if you had to go back and fix some things, it's a way to do it. But we're definitely going to start seeing that technique used a lot more. It's been used now in that belt, in this belt, even though you can barely see it, in that belt, and now a little bit in that belt. But we are going to change that belt at some point. So you can emboss attires, but there's a problem with it. In 19, you could do it no problem. Here, like, let's say you go in to this attire. We'll do this one. And we go into attires, we go into edit attires. Now we go into clothing, upper body, we want to do the shirt. We see it on the shirt, we go, you know what, we're going to do this. We're going to apply this. It'll be like bam, we love it, we put it right there. Now we're going to emboss this, and we emboss it, right? So it's embossed, you're like, okay, we see it now, but look, wait, what? What? Did they fix this? No way they fix this. What? Before, what would happen is if you emboss this, it would bring this image out, right? But then on the back side, it would suck the back side of the image in. So you wouldn't want to emboss anything. Okay. Hold on. Let's try it again. I know, right? Huh. Just this one. So now we got this. Come down here. Hardcore. What? Yeah, apparently they fixed it. Man, what a great question, because they fixed it. See, what's funny is I don't even think they meant to fix it, to be fair. Nobody talked about that. I haven't even heard the big streamers talk about that. Yeah, it's been broken since last year. Last year you couldn't emboss, like you could, but it would show up weird on them. So yeah, apparently it's fixed. So yay for that, I guess. That's crazy. Well, cool deal. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today. Remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any time we go live, share the video. And we will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.